So we join with us Romario Williams. So firstly, Romario, how does it feel to be back in the squad?
I think I've said this before on multiple occasions, but it's always a joy. It's always an honor to be selected to be a part of the group. Whenever you're called in to represent a country at a high level, especially in competitive games when there's something at stake and there's something that you're playing for, it makes it that much more important, that much more special. So it's always humbling, and it's never one that you take for granted.
Yes, and the last time, of course, you were involved in the Nations League in March. Since then, of course, you're now at Indy 11. How is it in that new environment, a different state, different environment? How is it settling in?
It's been good. Obviously, it's always difficult, having a mid-season move in the middle of the season. But I think with the move Indy along with Hartford and myself, everyone were on the same page. Made the move happen, and the transition went, I think, as smooth as it possibly could be. Obviously, it sucks, moving in the middle of the season, as I mentioned before, but the transition itself was smooth, and, it helped that it was, an East Coast team and not a West Coast team, which would have been, obviously, a bit harder given the distance and all of that, but the travel was easy, and, I'm fully settled in Indy, fully settled in with the group, good group of guys, and, we're just, pushing and trying to get into the playoffs with only 4 games left.
Yeah, and for you, how did you feel when you got the phone call from Coach McLaren that, you'd be involved?
Delighted, delighted, and happy, of course, because, myself along with everyone who's here and, all the other Jamaican players, this is what, we play for. Everyone goes out there each and every week, compete at a high level, perform at a high level, and, you hope that with the work that you're putting in, you're rewarded with a selection like this. So I was definitely delighted knowing that, it's a new coaching staff, it's a change, and it's always good to come in and, be a part of that, see what it's like, and, as I said, it's always good being here and just being around the guys, the camaraderie, the energy, that's good. The session this morning was good, and, just looking forward to it.
Yeah, as you know, for Jamaica, you've picked up a silver medal at the Gold Cup, a bronze medal at the Nations League. Of course, you've played for Jamaica as a Youth World Cup. Would you say that you're one that reflects, or that is something that drives your hunger for more?
Always drives your hunger for more. Definitely. I mean, until your last day, until you can't, play anymore at a high level, I think you're always gonna want more. And that's the nature that I have. To keep going. Never settling for where I'm at or what I have. You always want more, and obviously with so much major tournaments on the horizon. Next year is the Gold Cup. The Nations League in March again, and obviously next month, depending on the results of these games. And then when you think about the World Cup, there's just so much at stake, so much to play for over the next coming days, and we have a good group. As I said, new coaching staff, and we all know what the mission is. We're all here, and it's not just the 23 guys who have been selected who are here. There's an extension of a bunch of other guys who have been a part of this and who have helped with the growth of the national team. So, yeah, I think it's always wanting more, and that's never a bad thing.
Yeah. And finally, how much are you looking forward to these upcoming games, October 10, October 14? As you know, in Nicaragua, we're playing on AstroTurf. Sometimes in the USL, you have clubs that use those sorts of venues.
Yeah, as I said, AstroTurf is a familiar territory for me. Even in India, our home field is AstroTurf. So Hartford was turf as well, and even Colorado last year was turf. So the last 3 teams in the league that I've represented are AstroTurf, so it's familiar territory for me. But just excited as usual, excited as always, looking forward to the opportunity whenever called upon, and just trying to make the most of it, and just help the team get the maximum 6 points that are available, and hopefully that gets us into the quarterfinal round of the Nations League, and see who our opponent is at that point.